Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review. On today's one, we're going to be reviewing tmnt Season 2, Episode 4. This is going to be the Breaking Purple episode and something to do with Baron Draxon. I know that I would normally do this in two different parts, but to be honest, I can't bother today, and let's just get it over with. Okay, so we're going to be doing the Breaking Purple episode first. And overall, I thought this episode was a really good episode. It really does shine a lot of good things on teenagers and parents, I'd say, with relationships and all that good stuff, I would say in that way. This episode also had something to do with the Pearl Dragons, which is always nice to see with them, because they're a new modern version with them actually being hackers, and yeah, I must admit, they were pretty good in this episode. And yeah, so let's go on with the actual story. So in the beginning, we see Donatello having a sandwich, but that's of course interrupted by Sheldon, because he's flying around and he's being a teenager because he's updated 13.0, and basically he's acting like a teenager now. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that now in terms of stuff. Some people can. And yeah, so Mikey becomes basically a professor or like a therapist, and in ways to help him, Donnie. But Donnie doesn't see it that way because he's never really had that experience. But then Mikey shows him that basically he was Sheldon at one point with Master Splinter. So then Donatello does all the steps which he does with Mikey, and of course that means expressing his feelings. But of course that doesn't really go his way. So instead, Donatello just chains him up with a ball, and that drags Sheldon down. But then Sheldon somehow finds a way to climb up the sewers and gets into the park. That's where he meets the Pearl Dragons, who are setting out their little drone, which is not really little, it's more of a big dragon. And they unleash Sheldon, and they decide to take him in as a friend. Of course, there's no other way than, you know what I'm trying to say, is that they're going to betray him. So then they take him. So then the Pearl Dragons and Sheldon go on a bus ride around the country to the bot or like the drone tournament, and that is a little fun montage. And they nearly kill a man. I'll give them credit for that. That's a good thing in my books. Then actually go to the drone race. Then Donatello wakes up and realizes that he's missing, so he goes to the scrapyard. After shouting out his name, and we get a few little cameos. One is from Alberto, hip hip hooray. Then he goes to Repo Manta's junkyard and realizes that there's loads of drones there already. And he goes to the drone race himself, and yeah, my god, it's still amazing. He goes in a couple box with two little fans, and that somehow keeps him up. So then he races in the drone race, but then Donatello loses. But he needs to prove to Sheldon that he was right. So he flies off and goes into the wall, and yeah, then he has a big hug with Sheldon, and that's it for the episode. Yeah, overall, I did really enjoy this episode. This was a really good fun one. Get back into things. This was a blast for me. Yeah, this was a good one for Donatello and Sheldon relationship. It's always good having Greg Sykes back as Sheldon. Yeah, I got nothing really bad to really say about it. Yeah, but it was a really good episode. I don't think it's one of those ones where you need to watch it for a season plot device, but it's just a good fun one to watch. I'd say it's definitely a recommended one for like the binge filler episode. I'd say. Then we have episode 4B, which is something to do with Baron Draxon. I can't remember the title of it. I think you all know it's something to do with that. So in the underworld, we see these mystic heads. I can't remember what they're called. Talking to the bounty hunters in I can't remember what episode they're specifically from, but all knows that they were featured in episode 1, season 1, and they were going to arrest them as well. But because they were just assisting, they can get off it if they brought Baron Draxon in, because he did something unspeakable, which was basically revealing the yokai to the world, or nearly. So they accept to take on that challenge. Meanwhile, we've got April O'Neil and Raphael. Raphael's trying to put up April's fan because he keeps coming off. So Raph decides to go up to the neighbour above and talk to him and say, "Oh, can you stop it?" And he puts on a burglar mask. Yeah, it was a fun thing. But then turns out that Baron Draxum's there, and yeah, it was. I was surprised because apparently he was homeless, and Mikey decided to take him in to make him feel welcome and loved because he, as you keep saying, he's family because he was the one who made them. Michelangelo decides to invite everyone over, of course being Splinter, Leonardo, Donatello, for a meeting with April O'Neil's parents, but he lied, and yeah, it was interesting. It was insane. I never would have thought that Charles would do something like this, and they do. My God, why? When will this madness stop of things that I didn't want to see, but now I have? I can't stop looking at them. And yeah, it was just like my Thanksgiving. My family and they're all arguing about, and when everyone's arguing about everything about last time that someone did something bad. My God, it was amazing. Why had Charles never done something like this before? Why? Oh God. So then Michelangelo has a great idea to take Brandraxum to a fun land. He takes Raphael with him. And this is the disappointing episode because there's a kid that keeps hitting Brandraxum. So then Brandraxum was about to kill his mother and potentially kill the kid. But then the scumbag Michelangelo decides to take the kid away to look after and say, "Oh, you need to look after him. He's good," or something like that. I mean, if you let Brandraxum kill the Mikey, or if you let Brandraxum kill the kid, you will possibly be the best troll ever. I'm not gonna lie, but sadly, you are now one of the worst ones. And yeah, so there isn't really too much to this whole little subplot, but they go on the bumper rides, I think it was called, and that's where Brandraxum keeps getting hit by kids, yeah, or hit on by kids. And after that, you see the bounty hunters again. This is where we see a change in Barry Jackson because Raphael and Michelangelo actually defeat the two bodyguard men or hitmen, and yeah, they're down pretty easy. But Barry Jackson decides to help the humans. But instead of helping them, he actually makes things worse by actually taking one of them out of the carriage and nearly killing them. But he was able to save them with his little tentacle thing. And yeah, so Raphael decides he needs a good job if he wants to live on the surface, and he decides to become a teacher because his mask just came off, which I'm surprised it was actually a mask. I also thought it was just, his face, but no, it turns out he's pink underneath. And yeah, so now he's a cook for at school. That's amazing, and I thought I'd see it, but now I have, and I can't unsee it, and it's amazing. Yeah. So overall, for this episode, it was a real blast for me. This is a good one to watch. Wouldn't really say this one is too much plot heavy for the season. Or that depends how things actually turn out. Because we're only in episode 4 so far. But yeah. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do this one, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.